In 1932, Western Australia, farmers faced an invasion of 20,000 emus. These 45-kilogram birds ate the wheat and crushed the fences. The government's solution? Send the army, grab machine guns, and declare war on the birds. Defence Minister Sir George Pearce saw a PR goldmine. He bypassed the Agriculture Department, insisting on troops with machine guns. To him, it wasn't just pest control. It was a perfect propaganda film. Major Meredith set off with 2 Lewis guns and 10,000 rounds. He even brought a cameraman to document the slaughter. But he severely underestimated his enemy's intelligence. November 2nd, Campion. The Major spotted 50 emus. He ordered the gunners to set up for a wipeout. But when the first shot rang out, something bizarre happened. The emus didn't huddle. Instead, they split into tiny groups of 3 or 5, scattering in every direction. The soldiers found that while bullets are fast, emus move better. Through binoculars, the Major saw a sentry emu, a tall black-feathered leader on a hill, watching every move. It signaled a retreat the second soldiers entered range. Phase 1. Thousands of rounds fired, barely a dozen birds down. The Major began to wonder if these birds were trained in guerrilla tactics. Days later, the Major had a genius idea: mount the guns on trucks for motorized combat. But nature's slapdash logic won again. The outback tracks were too rough. The truck bounced so hard, soldiers couldn't even hold their guns. Ridiculously, one emu got tangled in the steering rod, wrecking the truck. A hopeless Meredith wrote in his diary, "If we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world." News hit Canberra and Parliament lost it. MPS mocked, "Are medals being issued to the emus?" Pearce, humiliated, ordered a retreat on November 8th. Under farmer pressure, a second campaign started. It lasted a month, using 10,000 rounds. They claimed 986 kills, adding that maybe 2,000 more died later. It took 10 bullets per bird. Factoring in costs, the wrecked truck, and the national embarrassment, the only winners were the flightless birds. A government solving ecology with machine guns is peak slapdash. If the emu war was insane, buckle up. Next, we head to a Pacific island to see how 2 powers nearly started a world war over a pig eating potatoes. Leaving the feathers of Australia, we head to the Pacific Northwest in 1859. San Juan Island was claimed by both Britain and the US. Neither side wanted a fight, until a pig stepped into the spotlight of history. June 15th, 1859. American farmer Lyman Cutler found a black pig raiding his potato patch. Not for the first time. Cutler snapped, grabbed his rifle, and executed the illegal immigrant on the spot. The pig belonged to Charles Griffin, a British manager for the Hudson's Bay Company. Griffin was livid. Cutler offered $10 in compensation. Griffin demanded $100. This dispute over pork prices escalated fast. The British threatened to arrest Cutler. Terrified American settlers called for military help. Enter the most iconic slapdash protagonist of this saga, Captain George Pickett. Pickett was a hot-headed nationalist. He landed with 66 men and declared, "This is American soil," without waiting for official orders. This act of bravado absolutely infuriated the British governor. Governor James Douglas decided to teach the Americans a lesson. He dispatched 3 powerful warships with over 60 guns. It was 66 Americans against thousands of heavily armed British sailors. Pickett famously declared they would make a Bunker Hill of the island. He was ready to die for a potato and a pig. But the magic of a slapdash world is that not everyone is insane. Rear Admiral Robert Baines refused to fire. His reason was blunt: "I will not involve 2 great nations in a war over a pig." Thus began history's longest and most polite standoff. For the next 12 years, the standoff became a long camping trip. Soldiers on both sides got so bored they started visiting each other, celebrating each other's holidays, and becoming drinking buddies. Finally, realizing the booze bills were getting too high, They asked Kaiser Wilhelm I to arbitrate. In 1872, the Kaiser gave the island to the United States. In this 12-year war, the only casualty was the original potato-eating pig. It died to prove that even superpowers are just slapdash actors when pride meets accident. It turns out history isn't a grand design. It's just a series of slapdash accidents. From birds outsmarting armies to pigs sparking wars, the world is effectively a giant shambles. If you enjoyed the chaos, like and subscribe. What's your favourite historical blunder? Let me know below, and I'll see you in the next one.